In today's show, I wanted to highlight a brand new Kickstarter that's already generating a ton of excitement. Metal Mack is the latest project from BitBeamCannon, the same indie studio behind DaemonClaw. And this new project is showing every sign of being something very special, with a release on the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive, original Neo Geo, and on Steam. My name's Mike, and this is the Retro Gamer Boy Show. Before diving into Metal Mack, it's worth chatting briefly about DaemonClaw and why it gave me so much confidence in this team. BitBeamCannon managed to create a short, arcade-styled experience that wouldn't have been out of place as a 90s AAA Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive game. The pixel art was top tier, the music was memorable, the controls were tight, and it demonstrated a deep understanding of what makes retro action games engaging, with epic boss battles and characters that felt significantly different in playstyle. The same lead pixel artist behind DaemonClaw is also the creator of Metal Mack, and it's clear he's applying everything the team's learned into a much larger, more ambitious project. So what exactly is Metal Mack? Metal Mack is a run-and-gun platformer that delivers a comedic parody of classic 8-bit and 16-bit action heroes. While the design humorously references Mega Man and other iconic protagonists, it's not a clone. Instead, Metal Mack spoofs many well-known video game franchises, tropes and characters, wrapping them all into a humorous, self-aware game. Now, in contrast to the short arcade experience of DaemonClaw, Metal Mack is intended to be a longer, more robust console experience. The team is focusing on an expanded level design, replayability, and a progression system that encourages experimentation. This is not a quick 4-level action run and gun, it's a fully fleshed out adventure with the emphasis on variety, humour, and player choice. One of the more interesting gameplay elements is the ability to earn money throughout the game. This currency can be used to purchase upgrades, power-ups, and enhancements that tailor the gameplay experience to your personal playstyle. Whether you prefer raw firepower, mobility, durability, or unconventional ability combinations, Metal Mack looks to give the player the freedom to build the character in the way that feels satisfying to them. The game also includes shoot-'em-up challenge segments sprinkled throughout the campaign. These shmup sections aren't just bonus content, they're designed to inject variety and break up the pacing in creative ways. If the campaign hits its second stretch goal, BitBeamCannon plans to add a full shmup arcade mode, offering an entirely separate way to enjoy the game. On top of the main gameplay experience, Metal Mack will feature a number of surprise minigames. Many of these are humorous parodies of classic titles and genres, giving players fun ways to earn additional money. These mini-games add variety and personality to the overall experience and hope to contribute to the game's charm. The pixel art in Metal Mack is shaping up to be exceptional. The sprites are expressive, colourful, and animated with a level of polish reminiscent of late-era Sega Genesis or Neo Geo titles. Backgrounds, character portraits, and enemy designs all maintain a cohesive Neo Geo and Mega Drive aesthetic while embracing the comedic tone of the game. BitBeamCannon has a clear standard for visual quality, and that same attention to detail is present here. The soundtrack is another major highlight. Industry legends Chris Husbeck, who worked on DaemonClaw's soundtrack, and Alistair Brimble of Turrican fame are helping to create an original music score for Metal Mack. Alistair Brimble already has a music clip featured on the Kickstarter page and in the trailer, and it perfectly captures the chiptune energy of the game it's aiming for. Chris Husbeck is composing the main theme, which I'm very much looking forward to. The team is implementing a classic password system. Players will be able to unlock levels, input cheat codes, and even carry progress across different platforms. So if you're struggling to get to later levels, you may want to have a sneaky look for a level code to give you a helping hand. And I miss cheat codes. I'm playing Ark Raiders at the moment, and I'd love to enter a cheat code to get some rusted cogs. Another standout reward in the Kickstarter campaign is a Nintendo Power styled strategy magazine. This physical guide will include hints, tips, maps, artwork, and even exclusive cheat codes. For collectors, it's a nostalgic throwback to the days of studying printed strategy guides before tackling a new game. The game's also going to lean into humorous cutscenes and tongue-in-cheek player interactions that should pull on those nostalgia strings. Metal Mack's Kickstarter includes digital and physical editions, including cartridge release for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive and Neo Geo. There's collector's editions with soundtracks, art, stickers, manuals, and of course, that retro-styled strategy magazine. Stretch goals include extended music, additional levels, bonus modes, and that shmup arcade mode. Metal Mack blends classic action, satire, parody, high-quality pixel art, and legendary music talent into a single project that feels both nostalgic and refreshingly original. As someone who genuinely loved DaemonClaw and considers it one of my top games of 2025, I'm thrilled to see BitBeamCannon expanding their vision with a larger, more ambitious title. If Metal Mack delivers on its current promise, it could easily become one of the standout retro-inspired games of the coming year. If you'd like to support the project, be sure to visit the Kickstarter page linked in the description below. Let me know in the comments which classic games you hope to see referenced or parodied in Metal Mack, and if this is a game that you're going to back with either a digital or physical version. Now just before we go, I wanted to shamelessly plug a game that I've made. Several years ago, I left AAA games development as I was tired with the lack of creativity and just how derivative everything had become. I decided that I'd jump into my hobby of classic and retro gaming and indulge myself in this. So my first step was to support retro indie game developers with this YouTube show. The other was to build a dev team to bring back classic games and make them easily accessible to gamers like you and me. Our first game collection we've built is Revolution Edition's Shadow and Steel. I wanted to build a collection of some of my favourite point-and-click games from Revolution. And so, working closely with that team, we've brought all of their classic 90s games to Steam in just one collection. That's Lure of the Temptress, Beneath the Steel Sky, Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars, and Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. We built the most accurate PS1 emulator for this and crammed it full of extra features, original soundtracks, and image galleries. Go check it out on Steam, and if this is something you're also into, then let me know what you think of it. Also, jump down into the comments and let me know what kind of games or series you'd like to see re-released. Now that's all we've got for this week's show. I'll catch you on the next one.